So basically here we've figured out the first step, which is not anything to be ashamed of. I know we are in a world where we're supposed to like everything and always put positivity first, and yes, I completely agree with this, but also it's very important to not lie to yourself. So step number 1 is being covered. So now let's suppose that you already know what you love doing. So I'm going to put an example, myself as an example. So I love art and many forms of it. So when I first had this realization that I hated my job, I hated what I was doing, and I wanted to do something else, it was quite a few years ago, it was many years ago. I had just arrived in a new country. I had no money, I could not speak the language, I didn't really know anybody apart from one person. I was in the middle of the countryside without a vehicle, so I felt quite lost, and it was very hard for me to get a job, and like especially in art, like there was no way I like for me to actually like work for somebody in the field that I love. And I tried, but it just wasn't working. You know, when you're in the middle of nowhere, in the way that I was thinking back then, that I have to work for somebody, it was so hard. So when I finally found a job, it was actually one of the most demeaning things that I've had to submit myself to, you know. If I look back now, it all makes sense, but at the time, like literally, if somebody would have had a whip and whipped me, it would have been equal. That's the feeling that I had inside, was that I was worthless, like I've been put to feel like literally like I was the most worthless thing. I couldn't do anything. And this was a cleaning job, you know. I had never really, I thought I was good at cleaning because I come from a family where I've been taught how to clean and be tidy. So for me, I was actually good. But when I went to a hotel environment to do cleaning, it's another world. I really have to give it to people who are cleaners in hotels and resorts. Like, guys, wow, seriously, your job should be valued so much more because it's so difficult. And I was really, really shit. I just was forgetting products in the rooms. I was forgetting things, you know. You have to have like very good memory. You have to, there's so much to think about. It's not for everybody. And the day I told myself, this is enough, I hate it. Like, I literally had to cycle half an hour just to get there. And I was humiliated all the time because I was just not good enough at the job. And one day I just decided, look, I would actually rather starve to death. Like, I literally would rather starve to death and be on the street than have to do this, because that was just the worst level of humiliation and despair that I could imagine, you know. So I came to this point and I said, fuck it, I don't care. Something's gotta change. So I quit. And the same day that I quit, I remember I came back home and I started drawing like crazy. I was just so happy. I was just so incredibly happy that this burden, and honestly, I'd been in that job for 3 months. Like, it was that bad. 3 months, maybe 1 month. Like, I don't even know. It was that bad. And the day I came back, I just started drawing like crazy, and all these ideas started coming. And this is when I started my Found in a Forest, which was my first business, my first baby, and it was beautiful. It was amazing. It grew really fast, really well. I put my heart and soul into it because it was my savior. This is what saved me. So basically, long story short, guys, when there is something that is not fulfilling you and in fact might be like slowly killing you, get out, because that is the perfect moment when your body, mind, soul, all of it is just going to, without any effort, create something that comes from your heart, because it's the way, it's you saving yourself, it's you saying yes to life. So in those moments, that's when the inspiration comes. That's when your true calling will be revealed.